We're putting Miami fans on the hook. How will they react to LeBron when he returns to Miami on Christmas Day? Stephen A., question for you.
I'm quite sure there are those who will be foolish and disrespectful and unappreciative of the greatness LeBron James displayed in South Beach. But for the most part, I think there'll be scattered applause. I certainly don't think that the boos descending from the rafters of American Airlines Arena is going to compare to what LeBron had to endure when he went back to Cleveland for the first time, or for the second or third time for that matter. What I will say, however, is that I would ask that Miami remembers what this man helped bring to that city. There was 2 consecutive NBA championships. There was 4 straight trips to the NBA Finals. There were 2 league MVP honors that this man brought to South Beach. As DJ Khaled would say, the streets. Remember when he said it, the streets.
The streets.
They don't love you no more, you know. They don't need to feel that way. They do need to continue to show him some love, because he never promised them he'd be there forever, and they had no problem when they stole him from Cleveland. So you got to respect that he came there and delivered 2 rings to the city, and now he went back home. It's not like he left to go to New York or LA or someplace like that. He left to go back home. So I would hope that they would understand that and have a level of appreciation for what he brought to the table and to South Beach, as opposed to his decision to depart and go back home.
Before I answer this question, even though this is the marquee game on Christmas Day, and I certainly will watch every dribble, I would like to point out that there's another game on Christmas Day that will be far more significant as it pertains to who will win next year's NBA championship. The significant game will be my Spurs versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thank you very much, because one of those 2 teams is probably much more likely to win next year's NBA championship, especially the first team I mentioned. But that's a whole other issue.
That we'll talk about
later. Now, back to what you said. Would I blame those Heat fans for booing? A few of them anyway? No, I won't blame them. Do I think they will boo? I doubt it. Maybe here and there. It seems like Miami fans, as I know them, aren't passionate enough to get worked up enough to boo LeBron James. But I do think they will cheer a little more loudly, a little more vociferously for the home team on Christmas Day. And I do not think you will see many late arrivals, if any late arrivals, for that game. I think they will be there early to cheer the home team. I think they will find themselves emotionally in the same sort of cage that I think Dwyane Wade and Pat Riley found themselves in once LeBron left, because as you point out, no, he didn't go to New York or LA or wherever else he would have gone. He went home. It's hard to argue with a man's decision to go home. That trumps all the other emotional factors involved. Is Dwyane Wade happy, LeBron? No, he's not happy. Is he a little stung that LeBron? Yes, he's stung. Was it significant a couple of weeks back that Dwyane Wade, when asked, who's your favorite player to play against, immediately said, oh, it's LeBron James. Is that what's going on? Yeah, that's going on here. But is Dwyane Wade going to say anything publicly critical of LeBron? No, he's not going to, because he went home. Pat Riley challenged LeBron. Don't run through that first open door. Do what all the great ones did after they lost or had a big humiliation in the postseason. Come back and right the wrong. Is Pat Riley going to rip LeBron? I thought he gently criticized LeBron a week ago, but not overtly. He's not going to blast LeBron James on the eve of this Christmas match. Sorry. So what I think is you're going to feel a playoff atmosphere among the Heat fans who will cheer as if it's a finals game for Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh.
Skip, let me enlighten you about a couple of things. If you remember, I had reported that, Pat Riley was a bit perturbed when he had that press conference because he wanted to meet with LeBron and was denied that opportunity and told that he needed to talk to Rich Paul. And Pat Riley didn't like that. But the Miami Heat is a first-class organization. Mickey Harrison's a first-class owner. We all know what Pat Riley brings to the table. I think the reason why you saw folks perturbed and a bit annoyed was because these other teams were being unnecessarily thrown into the mix. And LeBron admitted himself, essentially without even knowing it, that he was playing games. Because the fact that you had other people, will he go to Los Angeles, or will he consider this team or that team? Is Phoenix in the mix because they made a good pitch to Rich Paul and all of this other stuff? It was never about anything but Miami or Cleveland. But at the same time, if you're Pat Riley and those guys, because Rich Paul and Maverick and those boys are so good at being clandestine and so good at keeping things close to the vest, you gave the impression that LeBron was just a free agent. Let me weigh my options and look elsewhere, when in fact, it was never about anything but Cleveland or Miami. And so Pat Riley and those folks didn't necessarily know that. And as a result, their mentality is, what you thinking about running for? And that's where it came from with Pat Riley. What's all of these other teams being mentioned? If it was simply a question about whether he was going to stay in Miami or return to go home where you know his lovely wife and family would prefer to be, you wouldn't have heard a peep from Pat Riley. It wouldn't have been any press conference about, you stick with it, you know, so what? You're going to lose. These things happen. You pound the pavement. You get back up after you fall, and you come back for it again. You wouldn't have heard all of that from Pat Riley. You heard it from Pat Riley because these other teams were thrown into the mix as teams that LeBron was considering when all it was about was, am I going to stay in Miami or am I going to go back home? That's all it was about. You wouldn't have heard a word if that was made public. But that wasn't. And that's why you heard Pat Riley coming at it like that.